Hey everybody, it's me, Tom Engelberger, the author of Origami Yoda, Two-Headed Chicken, my latest book, and a ton of other books. What we're here to talk about today is how to make an easy origami stormtrooper. Now this stormtrooper is going to come like this, as a little origami model with arms, or you can make him a finger puppet like this. It's going to be up to you. So what all you need is a piece of paper and a black marker. Let's get started. Oh yeah, let me show you something else first though. This same concept can be used to make stormtroopers, clone troopers, first order troopers, or even check out what I've been working on here. The Bad Batch. There they are. They're all made using something similar to this. Their helmets in the Bad Batch are all different, and so it's a little complicated. But if I show you this basic idea of how to make a stormtrooper, I bet you can figure out how to go from there. So let's get started here. What we're going to do here is we're going to get started the way we do a lot of our puppets. So let me just move these guys to the side for a second. And a lot of our puppets end up looking like this. This is a basic, pretty much the universal puppet that we do. And it works all right, but you can see his helmet is kind of crammed in there. So what I wanted to do was give him a little extra space. So that's why this guy's helmet extends past the sides. I think it makes it a little easier. If you want to just use a universal puppet, especially if you're making a ton of stormtroopers, you can do it that way. But try it out this way and see what you think. I think it works pretty well. All right, let me sit down here and we'll get started. You're going to take the top and you're going to fold it down like this. Now, this is a quarter of a sheet of paper. You can also use an entire sheet of paper if you want to get a hand puppet. So that's all we did. Very basic there. Before we go too much farther, though, we're going to do something that's a little out of the ordinary. Right in the very middle of the paper, the very center, right here, we're going to make a little tear. Okay, can you see that? It'll be clear here when here's the tear. And you can also use a pair of scissors, of course. And then you're just going to make a little fold this way and a little fold that way. Okay, and that's going to create this area here to give his helmet a little bit of shape. All right, there we go. Now you're going to flip it over. You're going to do the fold we almost always do, where you take one side, fold it part way over, like this. And then you're going to take the other side and fold it part way over, like this. Now, it comes in pretty handy if they meet, if you fold enough so they touch each other. That'll make it a lot easier to make this a puppet. Okay, there we go. Now you can see how from here, we have basically this. And here's how we're going to get that extra size, that extra area on each side for the helmet. Flip it back over. Now you see how this loose flap is here. You're going to put your thumb up under there just to open that up a little bit. And once it opens up, you'll see that you can start pulling it like this. And that crease line there can come and go straight down. And you make something that's sort of the shape of a little paper airplane almost there, like that. Now that can be tricky the first time you try it. After you've done it once or twice, you'll have the hang of it, and it won't be any trouble at all. Let me show you how it works on the other side. We're just going to lift this up so you can get in there better. Get your thumb in there. Okay, you can see how it wants to do this, and so you just let it do that. Now from this spot here, if we look, once we crease that down, if we look at the other side, you can see we've got a shape that could be just about anything. You can make lots of different stuff like that. I use something similar to make these Animal Crossing puppets, and a Creature from the Black Lagoon over here, and I think this Ultraman, Ultraman wasn't made this way, I don't think, but his alien buddy was. So you can make just about anything you want to from here. What we're going to do, of course, is make a stormtrooper. So the stormtrooper's head, I don't want it to come straight down. I want it to come to just the slightest bit of an angle. Okay, so you're going to take this. Maybe it'd be easy if I show you from the other side. You take this And you fold it down at a little bit of an angle there, like that. Okay, let's try that on the other side, from the other side. I'll unfold it, and I'll show that to you again. You're just going to take that, and you're going to fold it down. And you see, because it was an angle, a little bit sticks out there at the bottom. Okay, that's not a problem, because they're actually going to fold this whole area here up. Like that. Up and out of the way to make a nice little rounded area there for the bottom of the Stormtrooper helmet. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. We fold this down. We want to try to keep it a little even with the other side here. Let's see if we can get that even, fair, and then we go like this. All right, there you have it. Everybody with me so far? Now, the arms, if you flip this over, the arms are taking this piece here and just folding it over like this. On one side and on the other side. It's just a simple fold. I like to give it just a little bit of an angle, but there they go. That's where the arms would come in. Okay, I'm just going to tuck those back for now. We're going to keep it looking like this for now. Now we're just going to decorate it. Everybody knows what a Stormtrooper looks like. I'll show you here how I like to do it. I like to get this part done first. So I'm going to go over here, and it starts, just curves that way a little bit, comes up. I like to have a straight line across there. I like the way the Origami has already filled in enough of the details, or filled up the shape for me. It helps me guide me, so I'm not actually having to literally sit down here and try to draw a Stormtrooper. It's more like I'm just tracing a line that goes just inside the edges. All right, now here's an area. Don't get too sloppy with this. I've made some Stormtroopers in the past and gotten a little sloppy with this line, and it really messes it up if you're sloppy. So this is a good one to be careful on. You know me, I like to be sloppy, but this line, if it gets too out of whack, it just looks weird. All right. There we go, like that. Let's see. Let's draw. I always like to get these on. There's just circles with tiny circles inside of them. And then some little curves there. And some curves there. Okay. Now, to draw the eyes, or the eye visor eyes, I don't even know what you would call them. I'm just going to draw a line on this side and a line on that side. Make sure I've got a good feel for where they're going to go. And then these are curves. They're not straight lines. It's not an exact triangle. It's going to be a little bit of a curve there and a curve there. A curve there, and a curve there. Let's go ahead and color those in so we know what we're doing. Now it looks like my Sharpie's about out. It's all right. I've been doing a lot of prototypes for these. Now at this point, I like to come in and try to clean up these lines a little bit. Okay. All right. Now the hardest part of this thing is always getting this mouth or whatever it is right. But before you draw that, go ahead and draw this thing in there. This is one of those little details that who knows what it is, but it adds a lot, makes it look a lot like a Stormtrooper. All right, now go right above there. From that point, just go a little bit above and draw a line down in each direction. Like that. And then go a little bit above that and draw a line down in each direction, but make it connect to the ends here. All right, not my worst one maybe. I've drawn some really bad ones of these. Okay, and now you're going to put in these lines. And for some reason, it always looks better when you go back in and thicken those lines. All right, that's pretty much our Stormtrooper helmet. Let's add some details down below. This is one of the great things about making origami this way, is we don't have to try to draw this in perfectly. We just lift this up. We lift the helmet up, and we can now draw underneath of it. And so we're going to draw on this layer of paper, just back and forth to create that. To create this part here, like that. Okay, and then 2 lines on either side for where the joints in the armor are. Make those nice and thick. And down below, just a little bit of the breastplate. Don't have to draw too much there. There he is. Now, if we've decided we want to use him as a finger puppet, we can stop right there. And let's see if he actually works as a finger puppet before I make any claims. There he goes. There he goes. All right. Move along. Okay, there we go. And now, if we wanted to add the arms, we go back, fold those out. And now these are so simple to draw at this point. We're just using the paper as a guide, draw an arm on each side, and then a little triangle to show the elbow joint. We've got a couple of stormtroopers here looking for droids, and I think you can see how. Let's look at Hunter here. Hunter is, of the Bad Batch, Hunter is the one whose helmet looks most like a regular clone helmet. You can see how that's basically the same thing I've done here. Pretty similar. His helmet doesn't come out as far on the sides. The clone helmets are a little different, but I find that this same shape works pretty good. So there you go, folks. We've got a couple of stormtroopers here. You can make clone troopers, any kind of troopers you want. And I think you can also see how the same thing might work for making various Mandalorians and other helmeted Star Wars people. All right, that's all I can tell you about stormtroopers for today. Let's see, where did I go? Well, I lost the little thing. Sorry about that. Here we go. It's me. Hey, it's me, Tom Engelberger. Don't forget to read my books, Origami Yoda, Two-Headed Chicken, R2-D2, Fake Mustache, all those crazy books. And until next time, may the 4th be with you. Always.